This is the one that people talk about when they have with their own little group. And they bring bottles to each other's houses. Same with the Evolution. These are wines that people discover somewhere. And I'm happy to say that they're going to discover in Spring Rolls, and it's going to be their favorite wines. So enjoy, but really try to experience the nose first, then put it on your palate, slurp it a little. You're going to taste all the bodies in the middle. And in the finish, you're going to taste sort of like a raisin finish to it. That's Zinfandel. So, very interesting. It's Mediterranean.
The cork was going around somewhere on the table as well.
The very first case I sold was to Toronto Hunt, to their food and beverage guy's name's Marcel. Do certain percentages, and we don't have a vintage year on these wines, mostly because we're using grapes from so many places that one grape, we're trying to get the red wines.
Grill meat.
The Syrah goes really well with grilled. The Pinot Noir goes really well with fish. What's really good when you have a combination like that is both Pinot Noir, Syrah, and Zinfandel go excellent with lamb. All three. So this is perfect for Doris at her family occasion whenever they're going to butcher another lamb in their backyard. Like this too. I'll buy a case. They didn't like it. Those are the followers. What we try to do is to get people to understand your own palates. Trust your taste. There's nothing wrong with you telling me I don't like that wine, because you have a different palate than me.
Any word that probably you can choose, like just to not to warn the customer, but like to try to explain how is the flavor, just to avoid like probably like the margin or return the item like goes a little bit
The
lower.
real important side of me coming around and getting a chance to talk a little bit about my wines with you and with your staff is I'm giving you the little notes. I say you always have 15 seconds to sell wine. You go into your app when you're dealing with a $7 wine from Argentina, you spend $3 more and you're in a whole other category. And that's what makes Argentina unique. If you spent $18 on a Malbec from Argentina, that would be like buying a $30 Shiraz from Australia. It would be like buying a $50 Bordeaux because of the way their market is and the price of making wines.
Just a quick question. Like, I hear the way that you say it. You say, you know, this one was going to go great with your salmon and all that stuff, right? But remember, you are asking a customer to order the wine before they order their main course. So how would you complement that?
Unbelievable. I had a couple come in here last night. They ended up buying 2 bottles and writing down it. They highly recommend it. And I know these people know their wines. As I said with your feature, what's wrong with hitting up Doris for a bottle and saying, look, next Saturday, I want my staff to really try to do the feature, and I'm going to give them the option to go to the bar and get a little glass and bring the bottle and just give a little sip to the person so they can taste the wine. This is our feature wine. It's from South Africa, Sauvignon Blanc that's crisp, has some really nice citrusy flavors to it. It goes well with seafood. We also have the Shiraz. And if you like big fuller-bodied reds, this is the perfect one with it. And if you're going to have any beef dishes, perfect wine. You look for any body language in it. Usually, if you suggest, you got about a 60% chance they're going to take it if they were going to have wine. But if they just hum and haw and say, "Tell you what, would you like to taste it first?" You go to the bar, get a glass, just pour a little bit. Sold it. As soon as it's in their mouth, you sold it. You sold the bottle for a ½ ounce of wine. It's really worth trying. I always liked working. When I was in school, I was told to never be a salesman. They said you will make the worst salesman in the world. That's when I decided I wanted to be a salesman. And when I finished my marketing courses and my selling courses, I went into university and took a psychology course. And psychology is what it's all about. It's understanding human reaction, how people feel, and how to get them to think the way you want them to. If you go overboard doing it and pouring them that half ounce, to them, you poured them a full glass. I got something for free. This is great. Just went up 2% on your tip because you're treating them very special. Some of the restaurants that bring out the little mousse or whatever they call it, you're sitting there, my wife and I are sitting at a table and the chef brings out, it's a little tiny little thing on a big plate. Chef has prepared a mousse tonight, and it's duck liver on a, I'm not paying for it, and he's sending me out something for free. I love it. I'm being treated like a king. The chef's sending it out to me. He knows I'm here. It's a great feeling when you're going out, you know. And I have to eat out a lot. I get home, I'm a better chef than most of the restaurants where I am in, but when I go out, I want to be treated like a king. And those that do that, they get 30% tip from me. If I walk out feeling like I was, you know, the Godfather or something, they get a big tip because they did their job. They made me feel really good about coming there. And even if something was wrong with the food and all that, I could overlook that. Because, God, you took good care of me. I didn't have to once pour my own glass of wine. I hate doing that. I do it for a living. I don't want to do it when I'm paying 40, 50, 60 bucks a bottle. Someone should pour it for me. That makes my whole experience.
I have a couple of questions. The first question